speak of Harvard, is in the direct firing line by the opposition leaders, as many of them in the United States have taken a stand against what the president have been saying, especially when it comes to the foreign students and seeking for their complete details. Now, here is Donald Trump, who is accusing them of promoting campus wokeness and threatening national values. What is the fallout now? There has been a sweeping crackdown that could ban foreign students, leaving over 700 Indian scholars that are now stranded in uncertainty what happens with them next. Now, the US president issued an ultimatum that says that there are at least 6 non-negotiable demands. Now, the Trump administration has barred the Ivy League school from enrolling any foreign students. However, the decision that has been blocked, multiple of those leaders have been voicing their opinions. And also, when it comes to a temporary block that has also been given by the US federal court judge earlier this week. Now, himself, when we speak of President of the United States of America, he has upped the ante against Harvard. And now he has rather demanded that the university reveals the details of all of the foreign students that were enrolled in the university, including their names and the nations that they come from. Donald Trump says that many of these nations come from nations that are not friendly with the United States, yet Harvard seeks grants to subsidize their education. Now, these are the developments that have now come in as far as Donald Trump himself has been calling the university as a joke. However, the university has been saying that these are ideological differences, or are there political differences, that Harvard University is being targeted in particular. Also, when it comes to cutting down on the grants, all of this that has now been taking place between the government and the university itself. Now, what happens with those foreign students that are enrolled with Harvard University, as the students that come in from across the globe, now they are facing at least 2 options. Either that they choose another university to complete their academic year, or they leave the United States of America together in all. Now, when it comes to the details that have now been sought, these are non-negotiable demands, what is being said by the US president and by his department there, seeking details of the students who come in from different countries and are part of the Harvard academic courses. Let's tell you exactly a little bit why the US president is up in arms with the functioning of the Harvard University. There are some allegations, and serious ones, that have now been leveled. Exactly what is Harvard being accused of? Let's get you that detail one by one. One of the charges that include that it is perpetuating unsafe environment. Also saying that the campus is hostile to Jewish students. Also, it seems to be promoting pro-Hamas sympathizers, and it also employs racist diversity and equity policies as well. Another charge that has been leveled speaks of refusal to provide records of foreigners, and also another charge that says that there are certain ties with the Chinese Communist Party as well. So all of that has been happening has been influencing when it comes to the academic career, and also saying that mainly when it comes to students are coming in from different countries, they need to be scrutinized. Let's tell you as far as Donald Trump's demands before the university, which he claims that are non-negotiable. Donald Trump's demand is that records of illegal activity by non-immigrants need to be noted. Also saying that there are records of dangerous activity by non-immigrants, saying that there are certain documents of any threats by non-immigrants, and records of the deprivation of rights involving non-immigrants, disciplinary records of any non-resident immigrants if any action that has been taken against them, and also to show evidence of protest that involves non-immigrants. These are the non-negotiable demands that Donald Trump and his administration seems to be keeping forth as far as Harvard University is concerned. Now it seems that it is currently in a fix. Exactly what happens with the scores of foreign students who are enrolled in this prestigious Ivy League college, this university there. Now this has now become as Donald Trump versus Harvard University, because it seems that the President of the United States is now mounting the offensive, and there are demands that have now been kept before the university, seeking the names and the details of the foreign students who are enrolled with the university, and also issuing a warning saying that no more grants would be given to Harvard. Now, Donald Trump, who has been accusing Harvard of promoting campus wokeness and also threatening national values, and we are looking at over 700 close to 800 Indian scholars, Indian students who may also be affected as far as this demand or this charges that has now been leveled on part of the President of the United States. The Trump administration, which has now barred the Ivy League school from enrolling any foreign students, but this decision was blocked by the US federal court judge earlier this week. But it seems that it doesn't hamper as far as the demands that continue to be kept forth by the President of the United States and his government. Let's get in a word from Pradeep Datta, who is connected with us right now. Pradeep, what happens to the Indian scholars? Because right now, this is as far as when we speak of their concern, that seems to be rising. But yes, it is an internal matter when we speak of the United States of America with the Harvard University. But there are students all over the world which are getting affected because of this decision.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's not about, because handful of students in Harvard University, they had been coming out and protesting against Jews, and they're also raising voice for the Hamas also. But that doesn't mean that you are going to punish each and every scholar and the student coming from different parts of the world. If we talk about India, there are about 789 students who are pursuing their academic career in Harvard because they had big dreams. They wanted to be there so that they can make their academic career by pursuing their degree in Harvard University. But what actually is happening right now is that they are treating each and every person with the same brush, and that's not really going to work, and that's what actually the concern is being raised by several quarters. And if we talk about the Harvard University itself, which is totally dependent upon the international student, because when international students come out to any particular university, they bring in the kind of an experience. It's a kind of a composite culture, and that's what actually in United States of America also speaks about. But in recent past, we have seen that there had been some of the incidents where the people had been coming out, they had been raising slogans, there has been anti-Semitism and also hatred against the Jews also, that has been seen in the university campus. But I think the action needs to be initiated against the people who are responsible for that act instead of punishing each and every person for that. So that is what actually the people are saying. I think this is a high time when Donald Trump also needs to understand. You can't just paint everybody with the same brush and treat everybody with the same hammer, because right now you should act against only those students, only those people who are coming out protesting against Jews, who are raising voice in favor of Hamas or who are speaking for the Gaza, rather than trying to hit out and punish each and every student.
Well, what exactly would be the fallout there remains to be seen. Srinjoy is also connected with us. Srinjoy, good morning. Is Harvard the only university, or there could be more in line? Because we've seen such kind of protest that seems to be happening in other universities as well. But I'll just come back to you, Srinjoy. We have another breaking update that is now coming in. Let's put that out for our viewers. Where after Russia's deadly missile attack on Ukraine, President Zelensky has said that Moscow fills each day with horror and murder. Zelensky has confirmed injuries and the destruction that took place after Moscow launched, according to Ukraine, around 300 drones and 69 missiles in a coordinated strike against Ukraine. Ukraine, that seems to be bracing for what the officials and the soldiers have been anticipating will be a brutal and potentially wall-altering summer offensive by Russia, with President Donald Trump's threat to withdraw from the peace talks. As President Zelensky has also criticized Washington, saying that America's silence was encouraging President Putin, and this is something where he has now asked the international community to impose tougher sanctions on Russia. Meanwhile, Donald Trump himself has now taken to his social media account on Truth Social, where he says that I've always had a good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. He has gone absolutely crazy. He is needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. Maybe that's proving to be right, but if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. Likewise, President Zelensky is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. This is a war that would have never started if I were president, and this is Zelensky's, Putin's and Biden's war, not Trump's. Now, I am only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through this gross incompetence and hatred. Srinjoy, what do we mean? Because just last, few days ago, a 2-hour-long conversation between President Putin and President Trump seemed to be very constructive. Now, what has happened?
Well, with President Donald Trump, you can't say what his actual position is, because his position changes on many issues very quickly. So on Ukraine, he has been positive towards President Putin of Russia, then not so positive, then positive again, and now it is a time when he's not very positive. But at this point, it's very hard to make out what exactly America will do vis-a-vis all this. Because Truth Social is one thing, but military support and economic support to Ukraine in the middle of a war that has lasted over 3.5 years is something completely different. Now the question is, how much support and how much effective support will America give Ukraine? That's really the main point. Because for a long time, Donald Trump had said that if he became president, this was during the campaign, he would end the war in 1 day. Now he's already been president for 100 days and more. He had said that the war would not have begun under his watch. But he has been president for over 100 days. He has called Putin several times. He has spoken with Putin several times. Zelensky he has met at least twice. Yet the war continues. And his way of controlling the war or ending the war appears to be slipping away. The Trump way of doing things, or at least ending the war, has not really worked.
Well,
That's
will it yield
really
any
the
results? Because it seems that whatever statements Donald Trump that he has been giving, the phone conversations or the meetings that he has been holding, and the dialogue and the ceasefire talks that seems to be happening may have not yielded any result, or may have now backfired with the kind of escalation that now we are seeing, a fresh one between Russia and Ukraine. For the moment, Srinjoy, thank you very much for joining in. With that, we head into a short break. You're watching Morning Now.